Hi, welcome to Healing Humanity. My name is Dina, and I want to talk to you today about the game. So, there's a game that a lot of spiritual people are playing right now, and I couldn't begin to guess how long this has been going on, but I want to tell you about it because it's really, really important. You see, I found myself put into this game, and it was the most trying thing that I've ever been through. I'm still in it, honestly. Not by my own choice, which is really sad. What happens is that they see somebody who's got potential. They see somebody that they want to give a shot at becoming awakened. They will put them as part of this game. The thing is when you're playing the game, you're not playing just one game. Not anymore. Maybe a long time ago that was the case. Perhaps when it all began, there were separate games. But now, with social media and the access to everyone's information and nothing being private, this game that these spiritual people are playing are it's a 15 to 1, right? What I mean by that is you're playing one game, you and your group, whichever group it may be that you might be part of. And there's at least, I listed knowingly ones that I had to deal with on a regular basis in the last 8 years, regularly 17 groups. So each one of these groups is playing one game. One game for one outcome. I, however, have been playing 17 plus games, all consecutively. But I'm not the only one. There's lots of people out here that are going through this. And the sad part to me is after learning more about this and realizing what was going on probably in like year 2 or 3, and just having it confirmed over and over and over and over again. I'm going to try to keep my temper. I realized that number one, I'm not the only one. But what's really sad about it, what's terrifying to me, is that so many other people have lost their lives because of it. And some groups expected me to not pull through. But for God is why I'm here. I didn't do this on my own, that is for sure. But with his guidance, with his care, with his word, I was able to pull through. And it's disturbing to think about how many lives have actually been lost because of this game. And what is the purpose of it? Well, let me tell you. I'm not asking, I already know. The purpose is competition. The purpose is it's supposed to be fun for everybody that's already awakened. So there's a competition amongst different groups. You become a prospect in their game. And that prospect level, you are determined whether or not you're going to continue on. It's about control, it's about money, making money, and it's about an ultimate collection of soul energy. If somebody doesn't, if they don't perform the way that you expect them to, that group that has done the most or has helped the most or has invested in that one person would expect to gain from that death also. The thing is right now that each of these groups are competing with one another because everything's so open. Another really disturbing thing about this is that women never actually win the game. Not really. You might be able to make the money, and you might be able to, um, become heart centered and a little bit illuminated, but you never get the full illumination. Why? Simple. Man believes that you don't have a place in heaven. Man will supersede that, and he will send you someone who is perfect for you to marry. And so then you're stuck in this marriage. Sometimes it's a marriage by convenience because you're afraid. Maybe you're not winning the game and you're terrified that now, the only option that you have is to potentially get married because that's your saving grace. So it's under the guise of love and protection, under the guise of safety for you and for your soul. And I wonder, what, and I'm not passing judgment here, but I'm asking you clearly, what keeps you from making mistakes? What honestly keeps you from making any mistakes in the realm of this, where one person's life is at stake? Their ability to take a next breath is at stake. And you are playing a game. What assures you that you're not going to make a mistake with that life? Because honestly, mistakes have been made with me. If you look back, there have been numerous mistakes made. The game was not played fairly. I was stuck between various different groups, all pulling one way and another, sabotaging every move I made. Because if you're looking at history to assure that you're not going to make a mistake with somebody's soul, somebody's life, their ability to take their next breath, if you're not going to make a mistake and you're not going to become a murderer, if you're looking at history to make sure you don't do that you are walking the righteous path in this game, I assure you, your history is flawed. My 2 cents. I just can't understand how many lives have potentially been lost for nothing. Because salvation is not supposed to be a cash transaction. It's not supposed to be about control. It's not supposed to be about a hierarchy. It's supposed to be what Jesus gave to us, what God sent Jesus here for, is to save all of us, all humankind, from the Aborigines in Africa to the Buddhist monks to every person walking on American soil and everyone in between. Everyone. It's not supposed to be treating people as if they're in a horse race. People are not horses. I just feel like we're not taking the word of God seriously anymore. Nobody's looking to have God lead them anymore. And how did I make it through? God, And Deuteronomy 31:6, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And for me, I believe that. I had to believe that because man's done lost his mind. Man meaning man and woman, because there are groups of women out there too. I just honestly believe that people have lost sight of what the truth is and what is necessary. fly. You know, when we need to be able to sit quietly with God, we we also need to use His Word and join in fellowship with other Christians, with other believers, because when we don't, this game is the kind of result. People believing that they're God, people believing that they're above God, people believing that they have the power. And maybe for a long time you did. But I'm telling you, I'm warning you that that's not the case anymore. And I should be your proof of that. Because if you expected me to die 8 years ago, I'm still taking a breath. And I plan to do that tomorrow and the next day and the next. Your game is not God-made. It's man-made. And it really needs to stop. It's disturbing, and it's very scary, the way that it has controlled people's lives for so long. I couldn't win. My emails, my cell phone, everything became public information because I was a prospect in your game. There's no winning in that. How do you win? Tell me. Because if I've done something wrong and I could have won some other way, other than God, I'd love to know. But I guarantee I worked very hard for a lot of years and saw zero results because there was so much competition. No one was collaborating. No one was talking. No one was actually talking with me to see if I was actually still awake, if I was really awake. I was told, you can do this. I was told, you can wake up. I was told, have faith. But nobody ever asked me anything. I think that's a failure in and of itself, don't you? I'm just going to leave you with 13:1, Hebrews 13:1. Keep on loving each other as brothers and sisters. Do not forget to entertain strangers, for by doing so, some people have entertained angels without knowing it.